Yajnapati. There is a very close connection between the Lord and sacrifices. By sacrifices, we refer to yagas, yagas, homas, and other forms of worship prescribed by the Vedas and Smritis. Yajno by Vishnu, says the Shruti, adulating Emperuman as the personification of Yajnam. Several other relationships have also been pointed out between Sriman Narayana and Yagyas by Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Sostram. Yajna, Yajnapati, Yajnava, Yajnanga, Yajnavaganaha, Yajna, Yajnakrit, Yajnahi, Yajnavuk, Yajna Sadhanaha, Yajnang, Yajnayang Takrit, Yajnayang Guhyam, Annade Evacha. He is the very personification of sacrifice, Yajna. He is the protector and Lord of sacrifices, Yajnapati. He is also the performer of the sacrifice, Yajnava. Sacrifices form his various limbs and body parts, making him Yajnangaha. Elaborating on this, the Hari Vamsam tells us that the Vedas are his feet, his jaws are the sacrificial whole. Sacrifices are his hands, Shiti is his face, the sacrificial fire is tongue, the holy grass, Darbam is air and Brahma. The officiating priest is head, day and night are his eyes. Vedangas is air studs, the ghee offered in the fire is nose, the sacrificial ladle is mouth. The glorious verses of Samaveda is utterances. His body is made of virtue and truth, and all good deeds are the movements of his holy feet. Sacrificial animals are his knees. The Udgata is bones. Homa is genitals. Fruits, seeds and herbs his external body. Vayu is his inner self. Mantras is seat. Soma is blood. The sacrificial altar is upper arm oblation, his sense of smell and so on. Thus the Lord has the entire Yajnam and its constitutions as his body, making him Yajnangaha. This glorious description is of the Varaha Murti, known verified as the Yajna Varaha. He is the carrier of sacrifices, the Yajna Vahana. It is he who protects, supports and sustains Yajnam as he did during Ramavataram at the behest of Vishwamitra Maharishi Yajnabhrit. He creates Yajnas, Yajnakrit. He is indeed the ultimate objective of all sacrifices, making him the Yajnahi. It is he who consumes whatever is offered in the sacrifices, irrespective of which deity the offer is addressed to. Yajnangavuk, as he himself declares in the Gita, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhakta cha prabhureva cha. Since worship through yajnas is a sure means for attaining him, He is known as Yajna Sadhana, and by conferring the desired fruits upon performance of sacrifices, he becomes the Yajnangahrit. It is he who is the historic truth represented by sacrifices, Yajnaguhyam. It can thus be observed that there cannot be a closer relationship than that between the Lord and Yajnam. One would think that the aforesaid slokas cover all aspects of this relationship. However, to our surprise, we find one more Tirunamam which portrays yet another aspect of the association of Embrahman with Yajnam. Metaja is an extremely beautiful sobriquet which rishis have bestowed on the Lord in the Vishnu Sahasranama Sostram. Let us see what exactly this means. Vedi Adhirvei Jayate, it is Metaja. See the simple definition. One who is born in sacrifice is known as Metaja. And how does this Tirunamam apply to the Lord? If we look at Embrahman's avataras, we find that several of them owe their origins to Yajnam. In the Rama Avataram, we can straight away attribute the Lord's divine birth to Yajnam. It was as a result of the Putra Kameshti Yagam performed by Dasaratha Chakravarti that Sri Rama was born to him. Further, it was as a result of consumption of the divine elixir Payasam brought by the angel which emerged from the sacrificial fire that Sri Rama and his brothers were born. Hence, it would be no exaggeration to say that the Ramavatara had its origins in the Yajnam. As for the Krishna Avataram, it was due to the sincere prayers of Devaki and the innumerable austerities observed by her, all amounting to no less than an elaborate Yajnam, that Sri Krishna was born as his son, as her son. Says Sri Bhattar Ata Mitha Devaki Putriya Pratha Rupi Yajnai Jata its Metaja. Do we have any proof for this? Very much so, for the Lord himself tells his mother that he was born to her as a result of her spiritual observances and sincere prayers, seeking to bear him as a son. Similar prayers of or Yajnam by Aditi Devi were the reason for the birth of Sri Vamana. The Vayovradam performed by her was not only assiduous but sincere to the core, conferring on her the ultimate fruit of begetting the Lord himself as her son. In essence, the Trivikrama Avadara were the diminutive Vamana burgeoned into a closest and measured. All these words with these giant feet can be attributed again to Mahabali's Yajnam. It was at the site of the Asura's Yajnam that Vamana accepted the alms of consisting of a mere 3 feet of land measured with his own tiny feet, and thereafter grew into a cosmic form spanning the earth and the skies. One more interpretation of Metaja is that wherever there is a congregation of devotees, the Lord manifests himself there without fail. The Sanskrit root Matik also indicates a meeting, Meta Bhakta Sangami Jayati Prada Dhru Bhavati its Mataja. The Lord is extremely fond of his devotees, and wherever they meet, he makes himself present with the alacrity. One famous instance of this is the meeting of the three Mudal Alvars of Trikoilu on that stormy right thousands of years ago. With the three of his intimate acolytes present, the Lord could not resist the temptation to physically interact with them and favor them with a glorious vision of his wonderful form, which made Alvar burst into spontaneous verses beginning with Tirukandel. And our own Devadirajan is exalted origin to a yajnam, the Hayanatham or horse sacrifices performed by the four-headed Brahma. Devaperumal rose out of the Ashwamedha Yagam on a Sukla Bhaksha Chaturdashi day in the early morning hours of a Sunday under the auspicious asterism of Astam, resembling 1,000 suns shining simultaneously and resplendent in his Punyakodi Vimanam along with his divine consorts. The Lord emerged like a veritable golden mountain from the sacrificial fires. The Lord is unfathomed glories. The Lord who drenches us forever with his gentle rain of mercy has arrived. Behold the arrival of the Embaraman, who is the constant object of Upanishads' adulation. Here comes the personification of the mighty Vedas and Vedangas. He is accompanied by his glorious consort Sri, with whom he is as united as Ved and its purport. He is the Embaraman who gifted us Shastras as guidebooks out of his infinite mercy. It is the same Lord who misleads the wicked with false scriptures. And what do you think is the principal purpose of his arrival? It is to emancipate us many mortals and to lift us up to the pearly portals of paradise. Here is Swami Desikan's beautiful hymn of praise to Devadirajan. பெருமை உடை அத்திகிரி பெருமாள் வந்தார், பேராத அருள் பொழியும் பெருமாள் வந்தார், அருமறையின் உச்சிதனில் நின்றார் வந்தார், ஆங்கவுடன் அவை ஆகும் அறியோர் வந்தார், திருவுரையின் தாம் பொருளாய் நின்றார் வந்தார், திருவருளால் செழியும் கலைகள் தந்தார் வந்தார், மறுவாளர்க்கு மாய்க்கும் உரைக்கும் மாயோர் வந்தார், வானேர வழி தந்தார் வந்தார் தாமே. And how did the Lord look upon his emergence from the Uttaravedi? Swami Desikan describes the wonder and awe that seized Brahma and other participants in the sacrifice at the magnificent form of Arulala Perumal, so much so that they could not pry their eyes off his glittering Tirumeni. From head to foot, it was as if a luminous orb had suddenly descended on earth. The Lord's headgear shone like 1,000 suns, while his handsome countenance was cool like the moon. The fish-shaped air rings Magara Kundalam on either side of his face competed for the onlookers' attention. Sri Mahalakshmi shone on his broad chest along with the mole Srivatsam, eliminating any doubt as to the illustrious identity of the new arrival. The stomach with the gentle swell that houses all the universes in itself at the time of the cosmic deluge, and the delicate feet that are the refuge of exalted deities and adulated by the scripture, all this made for the glorious sight which the Ashwamedha Yajis were blessed to witness. Here was the Supreme Lord looking like an oasis amidst a scorching desert. Here was the Great One resembling a mountain which could put Astigiri to shame. Here was the luminous Lord who would banish forever the cloying nescience for our souls. The object of Brahma's sacrifice thus manifested itself out of the Ashwamedha Yajna Vatika, in indweller of all sentient souls and inanimate objects, the never-falling nectar sought after by all devotees. The Lord of Kanchi, who stands tall before us till date as glorious evidence of his emergence from the sacrificial fires. The other avataras to which Mataja applies equally were all concluded eons ago, denying us an opportunity to truly appreciate the potent purport of the Tirunamam. The Lord could manifest from the midst of a fire. Devadirajan stands as a magnificent testimony with his delicate face bearing the pockmarks caused by the flames of the sacrificial fires. Though no fire of even the utmost virulence can cause harm to Emperman, he sports a countenance bearing a mild evidence of burns, just to remind us of his avataram from the sacrificial fires. Just as Sri Parthasarathy of Thiruvallikeni sports a face full of arrow wounds resulting from his acceptance of the deadly missiles directed at Arjuna, and thereby displaying his Solabhyam for all to see, Attigiri Perumal to displace a pock-marked countenance solely to remind devotees of the extent to which he would go in bringing solace and delight to his devotees. One more manifestation of the Lord owing its origin to aforesaid Ashwamedha Yagam is that of the Yadodkari Emperuman, who too could be said to form the purpose of the glorious Tirunamam Mataja, since he too emerged with the sole object of saving the Yajnam. Legend has it that Saraswati, the wife of the four-headed Brahma, deserted him due to misunderstanding and would not play her part in the performance of the Ashwamedha Yagam. As performance of such rituals requires the presence of the Patni, Brahma began the Yajna with Savitri, his another wife. Angered at this, Saraswati Devi took the form of a raging river and bore down upon the Yajna, intent on destroying it. Concerned at this and to relieve Brahma of his despair, the Lord made himself into a barrage and lay down across the path path of the river, thus saving the yagam and ensuring its successful performance. Since this embodiment carried out the wishes of Brahma for saving the sacrifice, and later that of Tirumizhi Alvar in first folding up his snake bed and then resuming his original posture. He is known as Edotkari or Swarnavannam Seida Perumal, in an eternal display of his undying subjugation to his devotees. Let us conclude this with a fitting tribute from the prolific pen of Swami Desikan to glorious Mataja. அத்திகிரி அருளாளப் பெருமாள் வந்தார், ஆனைபரி தேரின் மேல் அழகர் வந்தார், கச்சிதனில் கண் கொடுக்கும் பெருமாள் வந்தார், கருட வரம் தரும் தெய்வப் பெருமாள் வந்தார், முக்தி மழை பொழியும் முகில் வண்ணர் வந்தார், மூலமென ஓலமிட வாளர் வந்தார், உத்தரவேதிக்குள் உதித்தார் வந்தார், உம்பர் தொழும் கடல் உடையார் வந்தார் தாமே. ஸ்ரீ அத்திகிரி அருளாளன் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜோதிசிகன் திருவடிகளே சரணம். இந்த வீடியோவை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்யுங்கள், லைக் செய்யுங்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.